Hello, my name is Emily Reed, and today I will be answering 4 main questions having to do with international business and cultural diversity within the workplace. The first question that I'll be answering is analyze business issues and events that relate to organizational strategic decision making in an international business context. I used Holt International Business School as a source for answering this question. First, the international company structure. When starting an international business, you need to pick a team that you trust. You also need to decide the roles that each team member will play in the business and who will oversee whom. It's important to decide the hierarchy of your company as you go international. Secondly, having an understanding of foreign laws and regulations is integral to having an international business. Laws and regulations vary in different countries, from tax and trading laws to labor laws. Paying attention to and deeply understanding the laws in each country you want your business in is vital to the profitability of your company. Thirdly, assessing the political climate in the potential countries you may extend your business to. An unstable government equates to an unstable economy. Nationalistic governments can pose a problem for businesses because policies regarding social media can affect marketing. Intense regulations in communist governments can control more of the company than many from the United States would be comfortable with. And finally, paying close attention to the currency rate is critical when owning an international business. Finding the correct shipping methods can influence the business's integrity and reputation. So as many businesses are moving more towards online, the opportunity for international business is booming, and many people don't think about the fact that you have to figure out shipping and handling, and that's just one part of this. The second question is identify the 4 challenges and 4 opportunities that cultural and individual differences bring into the workplace and business environment. Once again, I used Holt International Business School to answer this question. First, among the challenges is colleagues from some cultures may be less likely to let their voices be heard. Reynolds from Holt International Business School says that it's important for a manager to create an open and inclusive workplace environment so that all team members feel empowered to contribute. Second, integration across multicultural teams can be difficult in the face of prejudice or negative cultural stereotypes. Ms. Reynolds mentions the importance of integration in team settings so as to keep the team working together. She continues on, saying this integration can be a challenge to overcome, particularly if there are underlying prejudices between cultures. And then she says, while outright prejudice or stereotyping is a serious concern, ingrained and unconscious cultural biases can be a more difficult challenge. Third, professional communication can be misinterpreted or difficult to understand across languages and cultures. Sometimes an employee will have a thick accent, and it can cause communication issues. This is certainly not something to deter a manager from hiring an international employee or someone who may have an accent, but it's just something to be aware of. Finally, religious diversity can cause morality questions among colleagues. No matter the religion, colleagues can question how moral someone is based on their religion because of some religious stereotypes. For example, if someone considers themselves a Christian, their colleagues may assume that they are judgmental or self-righteous. It goes on with being a Muslim, an atheist. These can prove difficult for a manager to handle. First, among the benefits of having a cultural diverse workplace, diverse cultural perspectives can inspire creativity and drive innovation. Diversity among employees can strike conversations about how each one sees the world. This will help to spark creativity, and as long as colleagues listen to one another, will change the way employees see their customers and confront problems. Second, Local market knowledge and insight makes a business more competitive and profitable. If a business wants to expand internationally, it will give them a leg up to having a local employee. Having more diversity in an international business will help the managers to understand local laws, regulations, and customs, as well as the competitive landscape. Third, cultural sensitivity, insight, and local knowledge means higher quality, targeted marketing. This somewhat goes along with the previous point. Having employees who understand the clientele will help the company to know what customers want and what appeals to them. And finally, religious diversity can spark conversation and connection among colleagues and an increase in the religious diversity among clientele. Many people will discuss their religious beliefs freely because for many, religion is a focal point of their lives. Religion can be what drives a person to make the decisions that they do. Having a religiously diverse workforce can be helpful because clients and employees can connect through a common religion. And the third question is explain the need to operate with civility and cooperation in a complex and diverse international business environment. It is important to operate with civility and cooperation in a complex and diverse international business environment because it is important to be a respectable human being. If people respect you, then they'll want to invest in your business, they'll want to be your clients. If they do not respect you, then not only will they not want to be a part of your business, but they will also encourage others to not be a part of your business. Fourth is identify similarities and differences in and among cultures, economies, business regulations, and political environments. This is an extremely broad question, so I compared Japan and the United States. Japanese and the United States cultures are different because Japan is a collectivist culture, while the United States is individualistic. Japanese communication tends to be more subtle, while Americans are encouraged to be outspoken and blunt. Similarities in cultures include education for the most part, though Japanese children are given more responsibilities and told to clean and help maintain the schools. Differences in our economies include differences in our GDPs. The U.S. GDP rose to $21.16 trillion in 2020. This is for the third quarter of 2020. Because it is difficult to find Japan's GDP for 2020, I went back to 2018. The U.S. was, the GDP was $20.54 trillion, while Japan's GDP was $5.23 trillion. The GDP is also a similarity between the two countries because they're both in the top three highest GDP in the world. Business regulations are different because typically the U.S. makes decisions quite quickly, while Japan can take longer. U.S. businesses tend to delegate larger decisions down the chain, while Japan has a secured and respective hierarchy within many of the companies. So it takes a lot of time to make a decision because of all the meetings and paperwork that goes into each decision. The political environments of the United States and Japan are both relatively steady. Both countries share in religious freedoms and capitalism. The U.S. and Japan vary in that Japan is a collective capitalistic country, while the United States is an individualist capitalistic country. Thank you.